Carol Johnson, a native of Rowan County and two-time graduate of Morehead State University, has spent more than 40 years in service to the institution and served as an assistant to 7 presidents. Perhaps no one was more trusted than Johnson when it came to day-to-day operations of MSU's top office. Her decades of loyalty are now being recognized with the well-deserved Founders Award for university service.
It's really a great honor for me to be included with such an outstanding group of individuals. As a little country girl entering Morehead State University back in 1963, it would never have occurred to me that one day I would be the recipient of such a significant award from MSU. My association with Morehead State University has spanned more than 5 decades. It started when I took classes at University Breckenridge School, formerly Breckenridge Training School, and consequently I was able to graduate a year early from high school and immediately started my college career. Spent 4 years at the university. After that, taught a year in the Carter County schools, and then came back and became an employee at the university, and subsequently worked here for 46 years. 44 of those in the president's office.
Johnson's employment at MSU began in the summer of 1968 in the business office at Howell McDowell, before working at a federal program called Project Newgate. That involved helping inmates incarcerated at the Federal Youth Center in Ashland prior to their release. She traveled to this project with then First Lady Mrs. Manon Doran, who handpicked her to serve as assistant to the President, Adrian Doran, in 1970.
About that same time, Dr. Doran's assistant, Joyce Hart, she decided that she wanted to have more children. And so she resigned, and Mrs. Doran just felt like I was the perfect fit for the President's office. And that's how I ended up. And of course, you know the rest of the story, but that's how I ended up in the President's office, was because of Mrs. Doran. She was a darling lady, and we talked so many times after they left the university. She liked to call you late in the evenings, and we would talk maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but she was just a darling lady.
During her time in that position, Johnson also served as secretary to the Board of Regents, providing assistance to members during their term and beyond. She sat on 4 different search committees for preceding presidents of MSU and was an adjunct professor in the College of Business for 26 years. But it was the lessons she learned from Dr. Doran that she treasures the most.
Working with Dr. Doran those 7 years actually laid the foundation for the rest of my career at Morehead State University. Dr. Doran, in addition to being a great leader, he was a great teacher. He was hard, but he had great expectations of you. He told me on numerous occasions, he would say, you know, we all may come from different backgrounds, but we all put our pants on the same way. And that's been with me throughout my career. And then another lesson that I learned along the way is don't take no for an answer, because there's always a way.
Carol and her husband Wendell are both graduates of MSU, while her family has had a long association with the school. Her father, Orville Carter, was a student at the original Morehead Normal School. Her son Sean attended for 2 years before transferring to earn his bachelor's degree in engineering, and her daughter Michelle is a 3-time graduate. Now, as a Founders Award recipient, Carol's name will be forever linked with some of the most important figures in Morehead State history.
I knew that I would remember something about each of the individuals who had received the award previously. And when I looked at that list, Dr. Dorn's on that list. You know, and there are so many people who that I have admired through the years. And for me to be in that category, there was Dr. Grody, all, you know, presidents, and then for somebody, this little country girl like me, to be a recipient of this award.